Mathematicians?
Yeah.
What did you do?
The story is about a woman. She works out every day because she's a long-distance swimmer, and she comes to discover that a baby whale has been following her.
If you swim into shore, he'll follow you. He'll run aground.
When I was trying to create a math story that could have math problems embedded in it that were genuine and organic to what happens in that story, and nothing was working. I was feeling really discouraged until I was about to go to sleep one night, and it just popped in my mind, my book that I loved, and something about it just was like, you got to try this. It became really clear that there was math in something about the survival of the characters. I was able to create problems to solve that related to hypothermia, cold water survival, and distance and swimmer's endurance.
How far can she swim in 2 hours?
So I came up with a project to help us be ready to really have a sense of immersion in this story. And so the students they researched the dimensions of each of these sea animals and rolled out paper and cut out the actual length for each of them. So then we had so much fun turning our classroom into an ocean scene, and we invited other classes to come and wrote story problems for them to solve based on their grade level and the sea life. Then we started our story.
That's a baby whale following you. He's been swimming with you for the last mile.
We've been working quite a bit with adding and subtracting fractions, using benchmark fractions, quarters, halves, and those get very much applied to our analysis of the swimmer and how far she can go. We're also working with input-output charts, being able to chart a numerical pattern and predict things that are going to happen based on working out that pattern connected to a rule.
The rule is that you just add 1 1/4 to every hour. Agreed.
Eventually, the students are going to graph and plot and that pattern on what we call a coordinate plane. Then there's, of course, a third problem that we're right now in our classroom working with, and that is, how does a current affect your swimming rate when it's working against you? And all of that work is developing and strengthening and deepening their understanding of those math skills. And that's what we've been doing. We've been making sense of this problem, grappling with it every day.
So hang in there, swimmers, for the last mile or two, okay?
So I've been looking for greater confidence. I'm looking for aha moments, and I see that in their body language. I see them looking very confident as we develop even just an understanding of what a half plus a half plus a half is.
And the workout area was 3 hours. And 1/2 plus 1/2 plus 1/2 equals 1 hour and 30 minutes. And then 3 hours plus 1 hour and 30 minutes equals 4 hours and 30 minutes. So that's what we got. That's our evidence.
A process I've gone through as I've been doing this is, how much do I stay in character and don't break out and talk as a teacher, reflecting on this process with them. And a lot of times just learning from a book with math problems, that mathematician kind of stays asleep inside of us. So I allowed myself about 2 or 3 days into this to step out sometimes and talk about the story project and why we're doing it.
This, by the way, is something 5th graders are supposed to learn how to do. You're doing it within a real story.
I recommend, if another teacher wants to create a story project, that the teacher finds something that they're passionate about, a story that really excites them.
Yes, give me some. That's exactly right.
This has been so fun for me. It's like the creative side of me has just been so excited about and charged to be like that hooked in to what's happening in the classroom.
Knowing that you can encounter anything on your journey.